Head coach Ken Barrett, along with Madison Zloto and Bailey Schmidt. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks.
Coach had you on many times. Bailey, back by popular demand from Metric, Wisconsin. But Coach, let's start with you. 13th year being the head coach. A lot of people think Ken Barrett and they think Central basketball. A lot of people think Ken Barrett and they think about when you used to referee games with me like 40 years ago. But for the 13th year, leading a very successful golf program at Viterbo University. Wow, it's great to have you back. A success story indeed.
I tell people that I'm busier now than when I was working, but it's my own busy and it's enjoyable. Retirement has been great for me just because of this.
Yeah, and you're in good health, and you're a good friend, and you are an asset to the community, no question, for a variety of reasons. But in 13 seasons as head coach, here's one thing that a lot of people maybe do not know, but this just jumped out at me. 27 NAIA scholar athletes. You recruit gifted golfers, but academic standouts.
I take pride. Our ladies, when we travel, we have backpacks full of books. And, I mean, people are impressed with, once we're done with a match or a day's work on the golf course, we're back. We go out to a nice restaurant, we're back in, and for the most part, they're in the lobby with their books at those tables studying. People walk in like, what's going on here, you know? And so they really, we stress family, academics, and then golf, and I think our kids live up to that.
Well, you know, we've had athletes from other sports at Viterbo, and they all sort of fit the same mold. Now, the question is, the girls are studying, their backpack full of books. What's Coach Barrett doing? Which books? Does he have books he's reading too in the spare time on the road when they're not playing golf?
We're probably going over the scouting report.
Madison Zloto.
Well, maybe not. Let's keep the matter.
All right, Madison Zloto. Now, this is the first time perhaps you are getting to know her because she is not from this area. But let me tell you a little bit about her. She is a health science scholarship recipient, Dean's List, all tournament. So when we talk about you, Madison, student first, athlete second. Does that adequately describe you?
Yeah, I would say so.
In what way?
I don't know, I spend definitely more time being a student in classes and stuff and studying than athletics.
So let's just kind of go back down the yellow brick road. Mm-hmm. You know where that road leads? To back when you were younger. You came here, mm-hmm. Before we talk about being recruited. So you were raised to be a student first and athlete second, but talk about how you began participating in golf and other sports in your high school years.
My sister, I followed in her footsteps a lot, joining the golf team and also softball in high school and stuff. My dad encouraged that a lot too, though. He taught us how to play all the sports. He was our coaches for the longest time, so yeah.
Did you play multiple sports in high school?
Yeah, I played golf and softball.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then fast forward to your senior year and you're ready for another chapter in your life. You're thinking like, what am I going to do now? Because you probably had offers from all over the country to play golf.
She did, didn't you, dear?
So she chose this place called Viterbo University in this tremendous community called Crosse. Mm-hmm. And wow. And that was, you probably never heard of Viterbo, did you?
No, I did not.
Let's kind of retrack and talk about that.
Yeah, so my sister played college golf, and they went to a tournament where Viterbo was playing, and she played with actually Bailey. And Bailey said that she was a health science, like a biology major, and that's sort of what I wanted to do. And so we looked into it, and then my uncle actually teaches some classes for Viterbo, and he got in contact with Coach, and then Coach is pretty persistent, so he got me.
So he teaches as an adjunct, or what?
He just teaches some online classes.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So then how did the relationship with you reaching out to her, Coach?
Well, we talked, I talked with Uncle for a bit. Yep. Then we had a lot of phone conversations. And then came to visit. Mm-hmm. They came over to visit. I turned on the charm. I mean, you have to turn on the charm for these ladies.
Ooh, maybe I should learn a little charm.
And everything just fell into place. It was nice. It was a good fit, and obviously a good student. And,
of course.
And a really, I mean.
And she can hit the ball.
Yeah.
But this Bailey Schmidt, now, everybody knows who she is. She's been on the show many times. Her family, friends of mine, distant relatives, by the way, too. And, of course, Bailey comes from this little community called Ettrick, Wisconsin, right next to Mayberry.
Or close.
And so, where my family is from, in Ettrick, in French Creek. So, but Bailey was an outstanding athlete at GET High School, because I remember her there, and I remember her dad being an athlete too, because I used to referee games when he played. Yeah. Did you know that?
Yeah, he talks about it a lot.
He does. But Bailey Schmidt, we're not going to talk about me, we're going to talk about Bailey, because Bailey is just as Madison. She's Dean's List, and academics comes first. Let's talk about balancing that, because you're a senior. Madison a junior, so you've had lots of classes in a difficult major and still be an outstanding golfer. Difficult?
I don't think at Viterbo and with Coach, he really emphasizes family first, school second, and then golf is third. So he knows that we've got other things going on besides golf. And if we have a test, say, one day, we can tell him that we need to study, and he's fine with us skipping practice that day, and he wants us to be good representatives academically more than I'd say good golfers.
That's why, in case you missed this, when I said 27 NAIA Scholar athletes since you took over as head coach. But, of course, living in Ettrick, going to GET, you knew all about Viterbo. But I remember you as a basketball player, too, and you were a gifted athlete. But you had other options, too, and you decided to come to Viterbo, and that was a gift. How did that materialize?
Well, I went and visited other schools, and I always had Coach coming to some tournaments and reaching out to me. But when I was visiting those other schools, there wasn't like as close-knit of a community that I felt at Viterbo. Like with the small class sizes, I feel like your professors want you to succeed, like personally, while instead of like being in a lecture of 100 kids, we have like 16.
And so, and of course, you're all about family, and you wanted your family to be close, and you wanted to be able to go home, and you wanted them to see you compete too. That was a big part. Well, again, we talked about academics, and just review this going back to Madison. Student Activities Board President, Tri Beta Honors Society, and Biochemistry and Religious Studies. Like, whoa, that is a big load. You must have been a good high school student too.
I was, yes.
And so, but you're in one of the most difficult majors. In case people are wondering or watching the show, that was not my major. No, it was not. But I have my master's in Viterbo, by the way. So
there you go.
Nobody ever thought that would happen. So, so you're bio and religious studies. Now, is that a challenge? I mean, I've never heard of that combination. Is that rare?
It's not common, I would say, at Viterbo at least. The classes kind of don't match up a little bit, so I've had to take some classes like at different times and keep like pushing back my other classes until like next semester and stuff, but
so
made it work.
You have one more year. So are you on track to graduate in another year?
I am on track to graduate.
You are?
Yes.
I think I knew the answer to that. But taking all these classes, you take summer classes too?
I haven't had to yet, but we'll see this summer. We might have to.
So that's going to take you, the combination, religious studies, biochemistry, and then going into the medical field, is that something that somebody shared with you might be a good combination of a major minor?
No, they didn't ever like advise me, but I'd always wanted to go into the healthcare field, and I've always had a real I don't know. I just always, passion for like theology and learning more about different religions and just religious studies in general. So
how have those two majors changed you since you enrolled at Viterbo? Are you a different person than you once were?
Oh, for sure.
In what way?
Definitely more like seeking answers. I don't know, looking into things, inquisitive that I was before, and yeah, really like to learn right now.
So after you graduate in a year from May, then what's the next step?
Next step is an accelerated nursing program, and then hopefully a midwifery program and become a midwife.
And is that something that might keep you around here?
Probably not. I might head back to Michigan.
Okay.
Be closer to family and stuff.
So, but that's, you take some classes at TC too, or you're going to? Or?
I am, yeah. I'm taking phlebotomy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're really going to be well-rounded. You might be able to go into some other things besides being
Yeah, we'll see, yeah.
Yeah. But again, the same thing with Dean's List and so on with you, Bailey, and biology, sociology, maybe a career as a physician. Share some of that with our viewers.
Well, right now the plan, well, I'm graduating in May, and then the plan is to take a year off and then work for a year and then apply to medical school.
So you're on track to do that? That's going to be a challenge?
It might be, but I don't know, I'm pretty dedicated, and I don't know, something I really want to do.
Good, good. Well, we're going to step aside just for a minute. We're here with Seven River Sports, and we're going to come back and talk more with our guest from Viterbo Golf right after.
With our busy lives, it's a comfort to know that we can still remember loved ones in a traditional way with a monument. Lewiston Monuments in Lewiston, Minnesota has been helping families purchase a monument for over 4 generations. You'll find a large selection of beautiful granite, marble, and bronze monuments, all at competitive prices. And they're a full-service company, so they also do straightening, cleaning, and repair of monuments. Stop in or call for a no-obligation consultation, or visit lewistonmonument.com for more information.
You know, the thing I'm most proud of when I think about our company is the reputation that we've been able to build in this community. Our technicians have done a great job going out and performing magnificent jobs for the customer. And our customers have rewarded us with some really great reviews online.
We have over 150 5-star reviews online right now. Our technicians do a great job out there, and our reviews show it.
We can say without hesitation, when you choose Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, you'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to Seven River Sports. Special show this week as we turn the spotlight on Viterbo Women's Golf. Head Coach Ken Barrett, Madison Zloto, and Bailey Schmidt. Well, the one word that resonated in the first half of the show was the word family. And I've always really been enamored by, and it's really quite apparent, the culture at Viterbo, among staff, among athletes, and so on. And you pride yourself on that being a big part of Viterbo Women's Golf, Coach.
Yeah, very much. In hearing our ladies talk earlier, I said when we stress family and then grades and then golf, and certainly we're talking about your own individual personal family, but I think our ladies, and because of our alumni that have been through it, we're very much a golf family also. And so our older kids take care of the younger ones, our older ladies take care of the younger ladies, and so we're very much a golf family, and I think that's an important thing for people to know. These two are like the old ladies of the group now, you know, and so they take some pride in helping the youngers. Some of our others, it's not uncommon on the way home on the bus, talk about how to take tests and what to study and all of those kinds of things, and it's a pass it on down kind of thing that's been established and carried on as kind of a tradition now, and it's a really good tradition. It's something I take a lot of pride in that we have that.
Yeah, and that's reflective in the personalities of the athletes there. Well, in the fall season, you started on August 25th. You ended October 13th. The spring season now, your first meet is on the 5th. Then you have the 18th. They're all in lacrosse, by the way. You can check the website, April 27th, April 28th. 2 quick questions. Reflect back to the fall season, and what are we going to see from Viterbo Golf in the spring?
Well, we had a good fall season. I mean, we dealt with some health issues a little bit a couple times, but others took over. We just do the next person up kind of thing when somebody can't make it or is sick. And so I thought we had a good fall. Our springtime is right around the corner now. We're going to go on Sunday down to, well, we're going to be, I should say, we'll have gone on Sunday to Vitense to hit at the, they have a facility down there where you can...
Where's that at?
In Madison.
Okay.
You can put the garage doors up and you hit out into the heaters up there and all that kind of. We do that. We've got an indoor facility where we can hit a little bit, but springtime's tough, you know, because that doggone white stuff that comes down can sometimes be a problem.
Well, there's something called cold weather too. When I watch our grandsons compete or when I'm umpire and so on, sometimes it's like, what is it? I can't hardly handle it. It's so darn cold. But I thought you'd normally take a spring trip.
Yeah, we might do that, huh, ladies?
Yeah.
We're going down to Florida this year during spring break. It's a week where we'll get in. We're planning on playing 18 holes 4 different days at 4 nice courses down there.
Okay. So is that an annual trip?
Every other year.
Okay.
Yep.
And so this is the year to go.
This is our year to go.
I wonder, do the coaches like to go too, or just the players?
Coaches?
They seem to enjoy themselves.
So that's certainly a highlight. I know when we're in Arizona, I see lots of even track teams sometimes go to a warm climate to train. I see baseball teams or softball teams. And so, again, I got so many things to ask these guests. It's we could expand this for another hour. But let's talk, Madison, about your progress since you started. Let's talk real quickly about what you accomplished and how you felt about your game in the fall and what we're going to see from you this spring.
Well, I'm hoping to start off the season like I did this fall. I hit my personal best at the first tournament, so I was very happy with the fall season. So hopefully I can continue that on to the spring season.
Tell them about the hole-in-one.
Oh, you know what? I think I saw on her profile, by the way, it wouldn't be on my profile, but I think I saw on your profile that you had a hole-in-one. Talk about that.
Well, I was having a rough game. It was our home tournament, but yeah, I hit it in on the, what was it? I don't even remember. The seventh hole?
Yeah,
the seventh hole at the Crosse Country Club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was really exciting because my whole part of my family got to come out for that tournament, so
Good.
they got to celebrate with me.
What's the strongest part of your game?
Ooh, I'd like to say my short game, but it always needs improvement. So.
Yeah, but you're a good putter too, then, huh?
I'm decent.
I asked a friend of mine about I had the ball on the green and I was asking him how I should play it, and he said, "Well, here's one suggestion, Terry, on this putt. If I were you, I'd try to keep it low."
That's a good suggestion.
So, Bailey, I know your skills are probably off the charts.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, no.
Well,
Madison beat me this last fall. She wouldn't let me hear the end of it.
Oh, really? Was that the first time ever, though?
Yeah.
Oh, she better this spring, though.
But you play all summer long on that beautiful, exclusive Ettrick Country Club, don't you? Mm-hmm. And it's because you live right on that course.
Yes.
So you just walk right on there and jump right on. You don't pay her anything. You just start playing.
Don't tell them that.
So your strongest part of the game, though, you're a senior. Talk about from day one when you enrolled quickly, and then where you are in terms of your progress in your game now as you end your career in April.
Well, coming into college, I was always the long hitter. My short game wasn't that great. So at Viterbo, I realized I needed to work on that. And with the facilities at the Lacrosse Country Club, it really benefited me being able to use the putting green and the chipping green and working on that. Mm-hmm. So I've seen that improve throughout.
Good, good. Well, Coach, a big part of the show is giving a lot of attention to the Greater Lacrosse Golf Show on February 28th and 29th. Now, I'm going to promote this too on our games coming up, starting this week. And we do our game of the week. I'll be at Logan this week. Friday, February 28th, Saturday, February 29th. It's all listed on the website. But I just want to I'm going to continue to promote this because the money goes to the Viterbo program. But it is a tremendous opportunity in a variety of ways to look at golf equipment and so on. But give us an overview, Coach.
Well, it really is a major fundraiser for our program, and we talk about going to Florida. We certainly would not be doing those kinds of things if we didn't have a fundraiser like this. We give credit to we have to credit area golf courses who come in. They'll have a booth and they'll promote their course. We have retail people coming in who will have equipment there for them. We have a couple of club makers going to be there this year who will, if you need a fairway wood or a hybrid, come in and tell them and they can make it for you right there, measure and make it. We're fortunate to be able to put a big net up and let people drive. We're actually going to have a driving contest this year. We purchased a Flight Scope Miva, I think it's Mevo is how you pronounce it, and it'll measure how far that ball would have gone, and so we're going to have a driving contest.
What if you don't want it to measure how far you're driving?
Well, it's supposed to tell you how far it would end up out there. I don't think it tells you your total track for the kind that you may hit, but for others, like, hey, I know you're going to go there. But we have a lot of other nice things going. We have area golf courses have been really generous. We have 10 right now, and hopefully more, that have donated a foursome of golf with carts that we're going to have a raffle, and people have an opportunity to win those things. We have tickets that we're going to have raffled off for the American Family Seniors event down in Madison in June. We have free tickets for those. So we have all kinds of things going, and we really want to try to advertise this as something a little different. We're trying to do a lot of things where people can win rounds of golf, win golf equipment. We'll have all kinds of raffle kind of stuff where you can win things, and so we want it to be a new, much more exciting place where people can come and have a good time. It's kind of anticipate the golf season to come.
Again, at the Matthews Center, but I want to just highlight a couple of things too. When I see it, you sort of touched on chances to win. I've been to that American Family Championship, by the way, in Madison. The golf passes, all kinds of prizes. So you go to this show and you're likely to come out of there with a bag full of prizes. You have teaching professionals that can teach you how to keep that putt low.
And we have people there that can just, you can swing the club a little bit and give you tips, and some may even just say, you know, we just want to change your grip, how you're holding that club a little bit. And so, I mean, there's all kinds of positive things that will promote golf. We're really hoping that we can get all those people coming back and maybe encourage some new people to come out and visit and just see all the good things that are happening there.
One thing I like about it too, as we end this week's show, is the fact that you've went out of your way and you've gotten so many good sponsors that believe in Viterbo, which is what we want our viewers to do too, to support the program in a variety of ways. And you can contact me here at the studio and I can give you some other ideas. But anyway, I see all these sponsors, I see all these opportunities, and of course spring is right around the corner, and again the date's February 28th, 29th, and then March rolls around and some of these courses open up, of course. But it's going to be a spectacular golf show again this year. And what role do the players have in this? Bailey?
Well, we're at different booths, or we're at different, I guess, fun
Events,
yeah. Like you putt for a leader of some kind of...
We have the Pepsi as a sponsor, and we have the Pepsi putting contest, where you knock in a 25-foot putt and you win a 2-liter of, I think Pepsi Zero or Mountain Dew Zero is the product this year.
So if I get close when I putt, just close, do I win something?
Well,
Depends how we're feeling that day.
yeah. Look around and see if Coach is watching.
Yeah.
If you give
And
it
then you'll get one.
close, go ahead.
Because when I'm golfing, if I'm close, that's it.
It counts.
You take it
That's it. I take it. So what role will you have?
We'll see. Maybe working at the concession stand, giving out popcorn, donuts in the morning, or helping out at a different booth or something.
Okay. Well, it's always a pleasure to have one of my good friends, Coach Barrett, on to talk about golf, talk about anything. Of course, he's in so many halls of fame. We can't even begin there because it would take the rest of the show. But again, it's always fun to have Viterbo athletes too, because I'm very close to the Viterbo culture and university. So thank you for being on the show again. Guest this week, head coach Ken Barrett, along with Madison Zloto and Bailey Schmidt. Knowing that how academically solid you are and what kind of leaders you are, it even makes is more impressive to have you on the show. So thanks for being on the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot.
We'll be back with a recent game and some highlights of that game right after this.
You know, the thing I'm most proud of when I think about our company is the reputation that we've been able to build in this community. Our technicians have done a great job going out and performing magnificent jobs for the customer. And our customers have rewarded us with some really great reviews online.
We have over 150 5-star reviews online right now. Our technicians do a great job out there, and our reviews show it.
We can say without hesitation, when you choose Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, you'll be glad you did.
When you're faced with the decision of selecting a monument to honor someone dear to you, call Lewiston Monuments for a no-obligation consultation. Lewiston Monument is a full-service monument company, serving families in Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin for over 4 generations. You'll find beautiful granite, marble, and bronze memorials, all at competitive prices. Their experts can help you design the perfect and unique memorial. Lewiston Monument. Call today or on the web at lewistonmonument.com.
Well, Blockbuster Tuesday for high school basketball as we had 4 games. Let's start with the girls. Central hosting the Onalaska Hilltoppers. A close game throughout the first half, with Central taking a 19-15 lead into intermission. In the second half, Central dominated, outscoring Onalaska 31-14. Brittany Mislivacek led the way with 14 points, with Allie Athno scoring 12. Onalaska was led by Kenzie Miller with 9, Lauren Arntz with 8. The Red Raiders end the regular season 16-6 in second place in the MVC with a 9-3 mark final. Central 50, Onalaska 29. Over at the Bernie Ferry Fieldhouse, the Holman Vikings entertained the Logan Ranger girls. Nate Johnson's Vikings took a slight 32-29 lead into halftime. Not much change in the second half, with both teams battling for the lead. Jenna Davis and Claire Borsheim led the way for the Rangers with 17 and 12 points respectively. Sophomore Ellie Klein led the way for Holman, scoring 21 points. Final on Holman 62 and the Logan Rangers 56. The 13-8 Vikings host Westby on Thursday before opening regional play at New Richmond on February 25th. Logan finishes the regular season 11-11, will host Toma in a regional game next Tuesday. Well, back at Central for a huge MVC matchup with the Onalaska Hilltoppers, the Central Red Raiders. A full house on hand as number 1 and number 2 in Division II basketball would match up. Central took a 29-23 lead into the halftime break. Excitement built to an all-time high in the second half, with Onalaska showcasing its offensive threats, outscoring Central 37-25. Down the stretch, Carson Arntz led the way for the Hilltoppers with 22 points. Tyrell Stutley and Sam Kick added 12. Johnny Davis led Central with 26, while twin brother Jordan added 14. Onalaska wins the MVC title outright with an 11-0 mark. They moved to 19-1 overall with 2 games remaining in the regular season. The 15-5 Red Raiders host both Toma and Central before they began their postseason run. Final, Onalaska 60 and Central 54. Well,
Well, finally, Holman entertaining the Logan boys. The Rangers led 27-26 at half. In the second, Holman got hot, outscoring the visitors 48-35. Cameron Weber scored 23, and Cale Hempker 16 points off the bench. Ja'Kai Funches totaled 21, Jackson Hamilton 20 for the Rangers. The Rangers dropped to 4-15, traveling to Aquinas on Friday. We'll broadcast that game here on KQEG. Holman 6-14, hosting Sparta on Friday. Final, the Vikings of Steve Blank 74, and the Rangers of head coach Sam Zwig 62. Well, that does it this week here on KQEG, Seven Rivers Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson, hoping that you will have an active and a healthy week ahead.